What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another video. Today we have the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus review. Let's start with a physical look at the phone. In the front you have Gorilla Glass 5 and also Gorilla Glass 5 in the back with an aluminum frame. Taking a look at the left side, you have your dedicated Bixby button and a volume rocker. Looking at the bottom, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, a Type-C charge port, and your speaker. Here around to the right side, you just have your power button, and look at the top, houses a microphone and your SIM and SD card tray. Taking a look at the back, you have your heart rate sensor and flash, 12 megapixel camera, and your fingerprint reader. Taking a look at the screen, you have a 6.2 inch Gorilla Glass 5 display that's measured diagonally across. Now let's power it up. And this device is completely clean. There's no media, no accounts signed in on it. So this should be a pretty quick boot up. And there we go, let's boot it up. Like I said, the device is right now clean. I'm running a Snapdragon 835 processor. Mentioned previously, the screen is 6.2 inches across, and we have a resolution of 1440 by 2960 with an aspect ratio of 18.5 by 9 and 529 pixels per inch. As you can see, if you go, because this is a Super AMOLED display, if you have something black, actually if we restart this phone, so as you can see, all of this is black, and just whatever is lit up is actually lit up. As you can see here, all of this is actually turned off. It's not just black like on regular displays. At the bottom we have a 3D touch pressure sensitive screen. It's part of the button which you use to power it on. When the device is asleep, you can simply hard press that and it'll wake it up. If you're in any kind of app, and when you're inside an app, you can double press the button there to hide the navigation bar. And then say if you want to bring it up, you simply swipe up. And this is where the pressure sensitive button comes into play. Simply hard press that to leave any app without having to hard press. If you want this back, you can simply swipe up and double press that button again, and you get your navigation bar back. This phone comes out of the box running Android 7.0 Nougat, and you have a built-in storage of 64 gigabytes on this model with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and you can also get a 128 gig with 6 gigs of RAM, and this is expandable of up to 512 gigabytes. Taking a look at the camera, you can launch it either using the camera button or by double pressing the power button. Let's simply get rid of the tutorial. This is just asking if you would like to keep the quick launch. We're going to say we are. Now it's Bixby Vision, which comes built on with Bixby. You can take a picture of something and shop for it directly, and also scan QR codes. Swiping over to the left here, we have Pro mode and a bunch of other modes like Panorama and a bunch of instant features. You can also download additional. And the rear facing camera is capable of 60 frames per second with 1080p at 60 frames per second and 2160p by at 30 frames per second. Now looking at the front facing camera, you can switch to it by simply swiping over. I'm simply going to switch off the tutorial here. And you can also go into the settings, and you have settings for the back camera and the front camera. Now to go back, to the front-facing camera. We have 8 megapixels, and you get 30 frames per second at 1440p. Now going over into the settings, and sorry about the camera not focusing. I'm going to go into lock screen and security. And you can set screen lock type. As you can see here, we have swipe, pattern, pin, password, none, which I would not suggest. We have face unlock, iris, or fingerprints. There is an iris scanner right up there. So those are the options you have. The fingerprint reader, like I said, is back here. It is a little hard to reach. You have small hands. You might find yourself having to shuffle up on the phone to be able to reach. And you can also easily smudge up the camera because that fingerprint reader is very hard to miss if you don't have a case or a skin on the back. That was just a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. If you want to purchase this device, I'll have links in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Let me know in the comments if you want any specific videos or tutorials on how to do something. I'll see you in the next one.